Will someone read the first question for me?
O'Sullivan claims America is destined because of its defense of humanity, of the oppressed of all nations, of the rights of conscience, the right of personal enfranchisement. Explain how this statement is accurate or not.
Great. I'm gonna have you guys break this up. So what's the defense of humanity? So he's
They're defending it. So that's
so they're saying the defense of humanity, but in reality,
only benefiting
Majority
men.
it's benefiting the white male, correct? So that's maybe something that's maybe not the best, correct? What do they mean when they say of the oppressed of all nations?
They're protecting people from being oppressed.
How does America protect people from being oppressed? Ideally. So they're giving them a voice. So what part of our America like gives people a voice?
Right, voting.
Voting, freedom of speech, what?
Constitution.
The Constitution.
Unalienable rights.
Inalienable rights. And what type of government gives us all these things? A democracy, right? So our democracy gives us all these rights that you just said, compared to maybe some of the other nations, like they mentioned Europe in this, that oppress their citizens. They don't have these rights. What's like the argument to that though? How can you be critical of that, of the oppressed of all nations?
I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
aren't they oppressing themselves? They are oppressing others themselves. I mean, like they're moving westward and they're kicking out the Native Americans and the indigenous Mexicans living there as they move.
Absolutely, right? So we're saying we're not the oppressors, but here's what might happen, here's what's gonna happen. And then like look at the South, like are we oppressing slaves? Like African Americans? Definitely. So that's kind of ironic that you might say that. And what about the rights of personal enfranchisement? So we're destined because of the rights of personal enfranchisement. Looking at your vocabulary, what's enfranchisement mean? The right to vote.
Only
So-
rhinos could vote.
But a lot of people weren't allowed to vote still. Even though he says like, like everyone basically, it was only so white men.
Yeah, exactly. So he's saying all these things that's amazing about our country, but realistically, like, they don't apply to everyone. They apply mostly to the white male. So, if you guys read this, like you just did, would you agree with him or not?
Probably.
No.
Probably?
Yeah, because
But then they say about oppressing the other people. Like,
I know.
the same thing. Like they say how like they're benefiting and like that by them like taking the like because you know the Jackson thing. It was talking about how like the Indians were giving it to them. Like that was like different. Then it talks about like how it's called like they were gonna help them in the long run. Like, they were gonna help them like that. What's it super?
So yeah, he does say, like, we're gonna help the Indians in the long run. Like, what you know of history, is that true?
But at the time, well,
But I mean,
they
at
obviously
the time,
didn't
They
know.
believed
like-
it, you know?
So, at the time, but who's reading this who's reading this document, right? Like, what kind of people are reading this from this newspaper? General public, maybe like who would they like specifically like target? White Democratic males.
If you were a man as a white
I
man
mean,
at
if it
the
was
time,
white then,
and
at
then
the time,
literally
then yeah.
giving you all these things like, hey, you're gonna get this, and all these benefits, and why wouldn't you support it?
So that's totally
So
true,
it
right?
makes sense that people supported it.
It makes sense that maybe the general public, a lot of these white people, supported Manifest Destiny. And it's possible that like some of the immigrants maybe did, that some people did, but not everyone. So it's important to be critical of like, especially that quote where it's making all these huge claims of why America's great, but that's not always the case, right?
I feel like that they wouldn't really look at it critically. They just see like, oh, it's gonna help me.
That's true, but it's our job today as like students and historians to think about this critically, right? Does anyone want to share what they put as their last one?
Yeah, it's so many things. That's what I was
Does anyone want to share?
Abraham, sure.
Do you want to share your last one, the 1 to 2 sentences?
I put that it's the Americans' God-given right to expand west, to increase their freedom, and to practice their own rights.
Cool. Thank you for sharing.